Dear students, we are going to start with the new chapter, that is chapter number 15, probability. The weightage for this particular chapter is either you are going to get 1 or 2 marks from this particular chapter. So, what do you mean by probability? You may come across the word probability in your daily life. See, probably India may win the match. The probability of India winning is 70%. The probability of raining today is 50-50. Probability of passing a child in the exam is again 50-50. So we are going to expect before the outcome. Before the outcome, we are going to expect. So that prediction or expectation, that prediction is nothing but a probability. So before a certain event occur, so see what we say, tomorrow probably it may rain. So India may win the match. Based on the statistics, the statisticians, what they do, they'll predict whether India is going to win the match or not, whether that particular pitch is favorable to the Indian team or not. So based on this, those all predictions are made based on this probability concept. Okay. Now in this you are going to come across event. What is event? See, event is a outcome. Event is a outcome of a random test. Event is an outcome of a random test. See, so if you toss a coin, so either you get head or you get tail. Yes or no? So if it is unbiased coin, what do you mean by unbiased? It means it is flat and fair coin. It is not. So when you toss a coin, see, either you get head or you get tail. So this outcome is called an event. Okay. Next, what is empirical probability? Empirical probability means, see, when you do an experiment, while doing the experiment, see, suppose say I toss a coin for 20 times. So number of trials in which the head has occurred divided by the total number of trials. The total number of trials means I have tossed a coin for 20 times. Suppose say for 8 times I got head divided by the what number of trials I did. I tossed the coin for 20 times. Okay. So whenever you do an experiment, you are going to go for empirical probability. In 9th standard you studied empirical probability, wherein you do the experiment and you write the probability. Okay, you do the experiment, you are going to see number of trials in which, suppose say I tossed a coin and I want to write the probability of head. Suppose say I tossed a coin for 20 times. In that I got head for 8 times, means number of trials in which event has occurred. Means I want which event? I want event of head. I want that outcome as head. So that outcome head has appeared for 8 times divided by total number of trials. How many times I tossed the coin? 20 times I tossed a coin. This is called empirical probability. Suppose say I want, see, in the same experiment, I said head appeared for 8 times. Now, number of trials in which tail has occurred. If I want to find the probability for tail, number of trials in which tail has occurred divided by total number of trials, then what would be your answer? So that would be 12 by 20, because I am predicting the probability of tail. Okay, that is empirical probability. Then what is the elementary event? See, when you toss a coin, head or tail, what will be the outcome? Outcome will be either head or tail. So if the event of occurring is if the event has sure outcome, say, suppose when I toss a coin, either I will get H, this is the possible outcome, or I'll get, if there is only one outcome, then we call it as an elementary event. Suppose say I toss 2 coins. Okay, I toss 2 coins. I toss 2 coins. See, so when I toss a coin, either I get head or either I get tail head or I'll get head tail, or I'll get tail tail. So these are the four possible events that are going to occur. See, when I toss a coin, when I toss two unbiased coins, what is the possibility? Either I'll get head, or I may get tail, or I may get head or tail, head tail or tail tail. These are the possible events. So my question is, see, what is the possibility of occurring one tail? Means there is a possibility. See, 1, 2. So either you may get tail head or head tail. Such events are not elementary events. The outcome should be only one. See, my question may be, see, what is the possibility of getting at least one tail? See, either 1, 2, 3. So such events wherein there may be three possible outcomes. Such events are not elementary events, wherein you get only one event. So wherein you get only one outcome for an event. See, head means only head, one head. Tail means only one tail. Such events are called elementary events. Okay. Next, theoretical probability. Theoretical probability. See, here in this, what is the difference means? Here you do the experiment and then you predict. Here in this case, first you will predict. See, number of outcomes favorable to particular event divided by number of possible outcomes. See, suppose if I am tossing unbiased dice, the possibility of getting 2 is, see, once you throw a dice, once you throw a dice, either you may get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, what is the number of outcomes favorable to E? See, what now when I ask you, what is the probability of getting 2 when you throw a dice once? Means 2 divided by number of possible outcomes. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, number of favorable outcomes. When only one favorable outcome. So if, see, there when you throw a dice, on the dice it is a cubical solid wherein 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers are marked on it. Dots will be marked on it. When you throw it, the possibility of getting 2 is only once. 2 is written on only one face. There will be 6 faces. 2 will be written on only one face. So if that face occurs, you will get 2. So means, how many times the 2 occurs? Only one times the 2 occurs. How many possible outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So only one times 2 will occur. So other possible outcomes, it may be 1, it may be 2, it may be 3, it may be 4, 5 or 6. So number of outcomes favorable to particular event. See, my event is the getting the outcome as 1. That is my event. So divided by number of possible outcomes. There are different possible outcomes, that is 6. These 6 possible outcomes are, that is, you may get 1, you may get 2, you may get 3, you may get 4, 5 or 6. But what is the outcome favorable or number of outcomes favorable to 2 is only one times. Only one time it can occur. So one possible outcome, that is 2 can appear for only one times. Okay, 1 divided by 6. So this we will predict before we do the experiment. So what is going to happen? See, India is the probability of winning Indian team is 50-50. So based on the previous predictions, see, the chances of winning for Indian team is 70%. How they do? The strategists, what they do? So they, based on the previous performances on that particular circumstances, they are going to predict. So if this is the condition, India, the chance of winning percentage is 70%. So such predictions are made based on this probability concept. Next, impossible event. See, so I'll take the same example. When I throw a dice, the possibility of getting 7. See, when I throw a dice, I will not get 7 because 7 is not marked on that particular dice. So, do I get 7? No. So, it is impossible event, means the chance of getting that event is 0. So, such event is called impossible event. So, that will not exist at all. See, so when you throw a dice, 7 number it will not appear because 7 is not there in that particular dice. What do you mean by sure event? So it's the same dice example. If I take, when I throw a dice, possibility of getting a number 6 or possibility of getting a number which is less than 7. When you throw a dice, all 1 to 6 numbers are less than 7. So the possibility of this event is 6 out of 6, which is 1. Such event is called sure event. So the possibility of getting less than 7 when you throw a dice. See, all the 6 times you are going to get less than 7. All the 6 times when you throw a dice, all the 6 possibilities. See, when you throw a dice, in all the cases, you are going to get 6 out of 6. So 6 possible outcomes, and 6 times you are going to get the number which is less than 7. So this is our sure event. Then sum of probability. So wait. So next I'll take one of the examples. See, when you throw a toss, when you toss a coin, so either you may get head or you may get tail. So my question is, so what is the probability of getting head? Probability of getting head, let E be the event wherein you get the H. So P of H is equal to, so how many are there? Either you'll get head or tail. So number of events favorable to E divided by number of favorable to H divided by number of events possible. What we are going to use? We are using theoretical approach. Okay, number of events favorable to H divided by number of events possible. Okay, we are predicting. So what is the probability that you are going to get a head when you toss a coin? That is we are predicting. Okay, so only one time head can appear. So 1 divided by total number of events that is possible. Either head may come or tail may come. So either this is the one outcome, this is the other outcome. Event means outcome of a random result. So you may get head or you may get tail. So that is 1 by 2. Then let P of H bar is event of not getting. So it is a event wherein the probability of not getting head. P of H bar is the probability of not getting head. So that is number of events favorable to H bar divided by number of events possible. Okay, number of events favorable to H means H bar means the probability of not getting H. So earlier we wrote probability of getting H. Probability of not getting H means there are 2 possible events. Probability of not getting H means you should get tail. There is only one possible event, 1 divided by 2. So this probability is called complementary probability. This is called complementary. So P of H plus P of complementary of H is always equal to 1. Probability of an event and complementary of that probability of event, the sum of probability of event and its complement is always equal to 1. So you can verify it. 1 by 2 is the probability of getting head. 1 by 2 is the probability of not getting head. So when I add them, that will be equal to 1. So you should know it. So probability of an event, you can take it as event or you can guess. So in this case I used H is the probability of getting H. So P of H and its complement is equal to 1. This sum is always equal to 1. Now we'll talk about cards. So in cards there will be, so in set of cards there will be 52 cards. There will be 52 cards and there will be 4 sets. Each set is going to have 13 cards. What are those cards? First we'll write what are the 4 sets. One is diamond. So diamond. So there will be again 13 cards. Diamond, and after that heart, spade. So diamond will be in this shape. This is a diamond and this is going to heart, everyone knows it, heart symbol, and spade. This is spade, and you are going to have club. Club will be of this shape. So this is a club. Okay. Now it's like this. Oh, sorry. This is club. Now, so these two are in red color. These two will be in black color. Okay. Now, in the 13 cards, in a set of 13 cards, you are going to find ace, king, queen, jack, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So if you add them, put together, there will be 13 cards and there will be 4 sets. In a set of cards, again there will be 4 sets. Diamond, heart, spade, club, and in each such set there will be 13 cards. In every set you are going to get 13 cards. Those will be ace, king, queen, jack, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And diamond and heart will be red in color, and spade and club, they will be black in color. So please note this down. So now we'll go to the examples. We'll try to solve few examples based on this particular concepts. Then we'll go to the exercise. So one more formula we left out, geometrical probability. Geometrical probability. So here in this, the area favorable to the outcome divided by total area of the total area favorable to the event. Total area favorable to the event divided by total area of the event. The area favorable to the event divided by total area of the event will give you the geometrical probability. So we are going to solve the example based on this. So please note this formula, write it as a geometrical probability. The area favorable to the event divided by the area of the total area of the event. So based on this formula also we are going to solve a problem. Please note this down. So first question, find the probability of getting ahead when a coin is tossed once, also find the probability of getting a tail. Okay, see, when you throw a coin, when you toss a coin, there are two possible events. Either you may get head or you may get tail. So number of possible event is equal to 2, because you may get either head or you may tail. These are the possible. Now let E be the event of getting head, and let F be the event of getting tail. So P of E is equal to P of head, which is equal to probability of getting head, number of outcomes favorable to E, event E, divided by total number of possible outcomes. Okay, number of outcomes favorable to E means head. Probability getting head is only once you will get, so that is 1. Total number of possible outcomes is 2, that is 1 by 2. Then P of F is equal to P of tail, same formula, number of outcomes favorable to F divided by total number of possible outcomes. So number of outcomes favorable to F means that is number of, that is only one time it is possible, that is T, only one time that is possible, 1. Total number of possible outcomes is, that is 1 by 2, 1 by 2. So please note this down. So first we'll write down the number of possible event. Let A be the event of getting head, let F be the event of getting tail. So after that P of E, the probability of getting event head, that is P of head, is equal to number of outcomes favorable to E divided by that event E divided by total number of possible outcomes. So please note this down. We'll go to the next example. So third example, suppose we throw a dice. What is the probability of getting a number greater than 4? What is the probability of getting a number less than or equal to 4? See, already you know the dice. You have played with the dice. See, the possible outcomes of an event. So what is an event? You throw a coin, when you throw a dice, that is an event. What is the possible outcome? See, either you may get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the possible outcomes of an event. It is not a elementary event. So there are different possible outcomes are possible. So for once you throw a dice, different possible outcomes are there. This is not a elementary event. See, now what they are asking, what is the probability of getting a number greater than 4? So what is the event? This is the what does the event state? What is the probability of a number greater than 4? Okay, let E be the probability. Let E be the probability of getting probability of getting a number greater than 4. Okay, how many such instances are possible? They are saying greater than 4. Once you get 5, it will be greater than 4, or you may get 6, which is greater than 4. Two possible events, the two possible outcomes. One is two possible outcomes that are there in the favor of this particular event. Either you may get 5, you may get 6. Such events are called, such events are not example for elementary event. Please wait. How many such outcomes are possible? 2 outcomes are possible. What are the total number of outcomes? What is the total number of possible outcomes? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So P of E is equal to 2 divided by number of possible outcomes of an event, that is 6. That is 1 by 3. Fine. Next, second, let F be the probability of getting a number less than or equal to 4. Less than or equal to 4. How many cases are possible? 1 is less than 4, 2 is less than 4, 3 is less than 4, 4 is equal to 4. So what is the event? The event of occurring less than or equal to 4. How many possible outcomes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is not a elementary event. Let F be the probability of getting a number less than or equal to 4. So number of possible outcomes, 4 outcomes. If it is only one compound, if the possible outcome for an event, if it is only 1, then we call it as an elementary event. If it is not equal to 1, then we will not call it as a elementary event. That is a mixed event. So let F be the probability of getting a number less than or equal to 4 is P of F. So number of outcomes of an event in favorable of the number of outcomes favorable to event is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Number of outcomes favorable to the event of occurring is 4. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 divided by total number of possible outcomes of an event, 6. 6 possible outcomes are possible for that particular event. So 2 2s are 2 3s are 2 by 3 is the probability of getting the number which is less than or equal to 4. So please note this down. Fourth question, one card is drawn from a well shuffled deck of 52 cards. Calculate the probability that one card will be an ace, not be an ace. See, in a well shuffled deck, they are saying that there will be 52 cards. So number of possible outcomes for an event will be 52. That will be there in the denominator because there will be 52 cards. That 52 different number may come. Okay, the 52 may come. So what is the outcome that is favorable to ace? There will be 4 ace. There will be 4 subsets. So diamond, heart, club, spade. So in all the 4 sets, all the 4 subsets, there will be 1 ace. So let E be an event of getting an ace. Okay, so this is for number of events, number of outcomes favorable to E is equal to, say how many? In 52 cards 4 aces will be there. So 4. Therefore P of E is equal to 4 out of how many possible events are there? 52. 4 ones are 4. 4 ones are 4 13s are. That is 1 by 13 is the probability of getting an ace. Whatever once you pick up, so you are going to get the what is the probability? 1 by 13. Okay. Next, let F be an event of not getting ace. Okay. So number of outcomes favorable to F. Number of outcomes favorable to F is equal to, so already the number of outcomes favorable to E is 4. If you remove the 4, 52 minus 4, which is equal to 48, this is the number of outcomes which are in favorable of not getting an ace. So 48 are the outcomes which are not in favor of getting an ace. So what is the probability of F? Probability of not getting ace is equal to 48 divided by 52. 2 2s are 4, 2 6s are 12. 2 2s are 4, 2 4s are 8. Again 2 12s are 2 13s are. That is 12 divided by 13. Okay, 12 divided by 13. So this is the probability of not getting ace. So please note this down.